What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a legendary agenda quickie. We all know you love quickies. So today, this is a quick, short, simple, few-minute long video showcasing a game that I have, again, fallen in love with. This is Empyrion Galactic Survival, and it's so much fun. Now, I know I have a lot of friends out there that are huge space nerds. They like Star Wars, Star Trek, Star whatever it may be. Firefly, Serenity. I don't know what. I don't actually know those. I think Firefly and Serenity was a ship or something like that. I'm still one of those scrubs that never actually got a chance to watch it, and it's on my to-do list. Don't worry, don't worry. So what we have here today is just a quick, simple, here's what you can do in this game type of showcase. Now, this is a ship that I have built. I didn't paint one of my guns the right color, but as you see, you're flying through space. It's a very... well, this is a SV. It is designed for more or less planetary travel. Or moon travel. So I have a planet here, and I have a moon. It's over there. I'm going to fly between them very easily. Now, the star map will bring up stuff like this, and you need warp drives to go between all of these planets. This is the 3LG Empyrion server. It's a server I play on with a group of friends, one of which is a streamer that is not quite back in the streaming yet, but Empyrion was definitely one of his pride and joy type games. So, one of the things you can do in this game that is fun always is fly around. Now, of course, it requires fuel. We have fuel here, we have oxygen, which is very important if you wish to survive. Food. Very important. But whenever you enter planetary atmosphere, you get a very realistic style re-entry, and you land on the planet. Now here we have a planetary map, which I've pretty well mapped already. Let's say here's a missile silo, so I'm going to set a waypoint to here. And one of my favorite things to do in this game is base raiding. Now you have faction bases. Your blue is your Polaris, red is your Xerax, and this planet is completely devoid of Talon, I believe, but they are the green. Now again, this ship is something I put together. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's extremely effective, as I will show you momentarily. I don't know. One of the biggest things about this game is the freedom of space, the freedom of whatever you want to do. Now, as I enter this area, I'm most likely going to get shot at. So I'm going to start with my base busters. So there's a good few turrets here. Now, of course, I've got a fully outfitted ship that is a bit overkill for what I'm trying to do. You can see here, okay, I've taken out the outer turrets. Now this is a POI, a point of interest, if you will. You'll see right around here is a spawner pad of some kind. Yep, it was. There are crates that can be looted. And I'm not going to mess with it now because I want to save this for the group whenever we all get on. We raid these things. We've been clearing out, one planet at a time kind of thing. Oh, we have some enemies over here. So, of course, this large of a ship is a little overkill. Why is only one of these things shooting? Firing direction is blocked. Oh, yep, I need to fix that. I'll fix that later. Anyway, yeah, I put some things in the way. I need to take off these bottom blocks. That'll be okay. I should head over to the base and do that now. Where's my base? Hecate base. 7 kilometers away. Alright, so you do have you have planetary travel speeds, which are limited, and then you have atmospheric travel speeds, and then you have launch speeds. So if you're launching straight up, you can actually get higher speeds than if you're just traveling on the planet. So one of the things you can do is actually get off of the planet, go into space, get a couple, get 300-400 meters away, then you can go back into, you basically go into orbit this way. But I don't know, the basis of this game is extremely simple, but at the same time it's very complex. You have a myriad of things you can watch out for in here. Like I can turn oxygen on inside my ship if I wanted to. You can do custom commands and signals. There is signal logic. I mean, you can go so far as be like, I want to turn all of my rear thrusters. Okay, you can't do as a group, but you can do. There's a flare. Signal logic's really simple. Follow, converted, and you can set up these signals. And what you do is you go over here, you name one with like lights. Signal logic, go over to your lights, which I would believe would be spotlights. And you can set up all of these to toggle, and you can set up logic basically, is the idea. That's the complex side of what you're doing. You don't really need to do any of that though. It's not by any means necessary. What else? What else is enticing about this game? Well, everything to me. You mine minerals, you build bases. When I came back in really weird on that one. Okay, that was really weird. Anyway, we have autopilot. Right now I have my hands off. You can't see because I don't have a webcam. Because Streamlabs OBS is being really dumb right now and I don't feel like waiting for it to update. Anywho, so there's autopilot, you can turn off braking, automatic braking, which on a planet will slowly but surely pull you in. What else? Let's see, there's another base down here. It's going to start shooting at me pretty soon. It's a Polaris base. They're not too happy with me. We basically have pissed off all of the factions. As you can see in this menu here, outright hostile with the Xerax, which are basically the bad guys. If you kill any of the other two guys, they get it. They love you. We have the factions, neutral factions. I don't think exist yet. Anywho, yeah. So here, this is just an SV. This is just my, I forget what SV even stands for. But it's basically a scout vessel. Let's call it a scout vessel. Small vessel is what it stands for, that's right. As we come into range, you start loading up the CVs, the capital vessels. This is Shinraya, one of our peoples. Inquisition 2, Mark 2, so that'd be a 4, is one. A lot of these are on the workshop. This is a Hecate, slightly modified from the workshop, because I needed to add a few things to it. This is my CV. That's a visual glitch. So what I need to do is fix something. So what I'm going to do is turn you upside down. And then get out of the vehicle. Oh shit, it launched me. Usually, whenever you do that, it lands. Today is not one of those days. So you have to use this thing. So basically, this, and this are in the way. And this, and this are in the way. Okay. The drone for doing this is very what do you call it? Sensitive. I guess I'm gonna launch myself up there and get back in it. Oh, that was the other direction. So now I should be able to fire all of these, 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 and these. There we go. So I have all of my weapons. Now ammo and everything's a bit expensive, so we're not going to burn through all of it. We're going to land you here on the repair bay. You can see there's like the automated doors for when you do this force field, so you can't really just be shot from inside. You land your vehicles in your CVs, and your CVs can take them wherever you want to go. Like if I wanted to, I can go up to the bridge, which is way up here. Now that I'm on foot, you can see the size of this thing in comparison, and it's pretty good size. This is not my building. This is a workshop item. Somebody else put all the time and effort into this, so I take no credit. All I did was modify it to my needs, which was a very minor modification. Captain's chair, take over. Because of how this one is logicked out, I need to turn thrusters on and RCSs, which is your rotational control system. And here we are. This is the CV. Now mine looks really big. If I compare it to the Shinraya, which is basically our assault vessel, it's not that big anymore. Anyway, so I'll land this thing back over here. And this is our base. This is the Duo Solion base. We have flak towers, we have defensive towers, we have... It's a PvE planet, so it's not that big of a deal. But on PvP planets, we'd have all of these... Oh shit, leave that on. And over here, I need to actually remember to do it this way. Turn off defense, turn off thruster, and turn off exterior lights. Oh wait, that was on. You're supposed to turn these on and get the captain's chair, and I honestly never do that right. So this is it. This is my carrier vessel. I always build a carrier. They always build the attack vessels, or whatever you want to call them. This is my small vessel, which is my small attack vessel, which is very effective. These are my drilling rigs, which have both wood chipper and mining lasers. There's actually another, there's a antenna down there for finding ore. Basically, these things just drill into the ground and pick up ore. And you can really see the level of gunnery I have on this thing. Compared to some of the larger CVs in this game, like if I were to go into here, there are some just insane CVs. Like here's some of them I found. Alien Mothership, an Aegis security frigate is one. There is in fact a Borg cube. You'll never be able to spawn it because it's too fucking big. Atlas freighter is another freighter. Cthulhu. I mean, there's stuff. It literally is a Death Star. This is a very, very large carrier. Again, too big for the server. There's all kinds of stuff. The Galactica, the actual ship. Halifax, I'm sure you remember that one. The Hecate that I spawned. Very basic warp platforms. Another Explorer. Some really cool ones. This is a Heimdall. I'm actually going to hop over into single player and show you a little bit of what there is there. This video is getting to be a little bit longer than I expected, but that's okay. YouTube wants your videos to be at least 15 minutes long, right? Well, I got the basics out of the way early. So I'm just going to start a new game. Creative on this random ass planet. We are going to load in. Probably immediately falling. It depends on how you play it. Sometimes you're not falling, sometimes you are. So more than a few times I have spawned into single player and just instantly died. It's hilarious. So, alright, so what we're going to do here is we are going to spawn 3? No, that's this one. Anyway, we'll go to here. We will spawn my ship, the Hecate. So you get a size comparison here. Usually they fall. I'm just having one of those days where, oh, damn it, all the hell. Anyway, so the Heimdall, let's just do a size comparison here. If you can't tell based on just how long it's taking to load in the blueprint, this is taxing my computer. Those of you that know me know what I run. Yeah, it's so big I couldn't even tell how far away I was placing it. I'm not gonna move for a moment, because if I do, it's going to probably crash. And I don't want that. Alright, so a side-by-side comparison is gonna look a lot better. So let's just hover down into the captain's chair. So you saw how big mine was compared to the ships that are on it and stuff, right? Well, there's no comparison. Now again, this is not a server-worthy ship. You would never be able to spawn this on a server anywhere in the world, because something this large would probably crash the average user. We're talking about it's just fucking insane. Let's take a closer look at these stats on this thing so you understand here. So this thing is a 61 by 49 by 194. So the block count is 95,022. Mine, which is more than I need, is only 5,600. Are there bigger ones? Yes, there are in fact bigger ones. The Death Star is not bigger. The Borg Cube is also not bigger. But look at the Borg Cube even. Like, this is a ridiculous monstrosity. So the Borg Cube is a design-only idea. It is not actually a functioning vessel for the most part. It's literally just the bare minimum on the inside. It is only for looks. Somebody put all of this time into mapping out and making this look really good all the way around it. And it's really cool. Like, that's really cool. But you look at the size compared to this thing. I mean, it's nothing compared to it. Some other things. Something more realistic, like the Jinx Class Explorer. Something you may be able to actually get on the server. Very small in comparison. Very basic, very generalistic. It's obviously a weapons drone. Oh, that one's falling. Of course. Fuck you, Jinx. You gotta love it. The Great Escape was one of my early basic CVs just for getting off the starter planets. So one of the things, when you spawn with the basic tools, whatever the server gives you. Our server gives you pretty good setup. And your objective is to build something stupid like this, get off the planet, go home, or go find a new home. There are PvE and PvP worlds, both of which have different benefits and otherwise. PvP worlds generally have better resources, but you also have to contend with other players. This is the UNSC Halcyon from Pillar of Autumn, by the way. This is beautiful. People recreate anything spacecrafty in this game. They will recreate absolutely anything. Here's another very basic CV to get you off the planet. It looks like a box. It acts like a box. It works like a box. It's a box. So yeah, there's that. What else? Anything else real quick? Olympus Carrier, Phoenix. This is actually one of the ones I used for a while. Normandy? You like the Normandy, right? Everyone likes the Normandy. Well, here's a rendition of it. It's not perfect, but it's actually pretty cool. People put time into making these things, and obviously the larger you make something, the more detailed it gets. Like, this looks really fucking insane, but it's really not that much to it. But it looks really good, and that's what matters. I mean, you're looking at thrusters on this thing that are like just look at some of the let's see, is this it? XL. Let's hop over to CV. Yes, that's okay. So these thrusters are absolutely massive. Like, look at that. It's a healthy fucking thruster. That thruster is almost as big as some of the SVs I've made. If that gives you a hint as to what it is. Like for me, the Ratatask Elite. Spawn you right next to it. Yeah, that thruster is almost as big as the ship that I was flying. It's actually bigger, I think, honestly. Let's take a look at this. Let's put it in here. I can actually dock to the side of this. Yeah, it is very close, if not larger, than the Rat that I was flying around in blowing up bases. And that's just a thruster. So that gives you an idea. You can create anything in this game. The sky is in fact not the limit, because of course you can go past the sky. I like to think that there is just basically no limit. You can go anywhere you want, do whatever you want to do. There are asteroid belts, asteroid fields, moons, planets, stars, everything you want in one game. Anyway, this was just a quick, not so quick video for everyone to get an idea of some fun that we're having here on Empyrion. If you would like some information, please leave a comment below. And be sure that if you, for some reason, have happened across this channel, to follow the channel. I don't put out a lot of content, but that will be changing very, very soon, I assure you. I have gotten everything on my PC upgraded, so it is time for me to get back into the world of everything. Thank you for stopping by, and once again, thank you for dropping by the Legendary Agenda, where we have one simple rule here. It's the same on stream as it is on YouTube. Be legendary, because you are. Not because you need to be, not because somebody else thinks you're legendary. Well, somebody thinks you're legendary. I do. Just be legendary for you and no one else. Let the world follow. Take care, everyone. Thank you for stopping by, and cheers.